Over to you, the moderator.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be on the planet Earth joining this platform this afternoon. Thank you for always linking up with us on this platform, liking our socials and then your comments and then subscription. Keep them coming, and we'll also keep dishing out the best to you. Thank you so very much. We want to welcome you specially today to another knowledge sharing session on the administrator subject, second in the series this November, and it is for a particular reason. Usually we have one, right? But now we are having the second one because of one singular reason, one very important reason, the celebration of the menfolk. Yes, you heard me right, the celebration of the menfolk. I'm so excited right this moment to be a male on heart this day. Somebody once said something earlier in the day when we were discussing this IMD issue, said the men are the spine of the human ecosystem, right? The men are the spine of the human ecosystem. I never heard that word before, but thinking about it now, I think we are the spine of the human ecosystem, really. So this particular knowledge session is in commemoration of the International Men's Day, and permit me to greet us officially. Happy International Men's Day to all the incredible men. Underline that one. The incredible men are out there. May you continue to lead, inspire, and make positive impact on the world around you. We know what you go through. I know what I go through. I know I'm a man because I should know because I'm a man. But this session this afternoon promises to change our mindset, change our orientation, change our mentality. Once again, welcome. Now, one of the things that this orb is trying to do is to create a shift in mentality. Do you know that men go through a lot and they do so much for our society, for their family and their friends, and then keep everything within them, bottle them up, never say much about it. And that is what is creating a lot of challenges for them this day. But today, I assure you, now get a bottle of juice, get some cookie, sit down on the couch. I'm sure you're at home currently, and then put your feet on ottoman and enjoy the ride with us this afternoon. So proud to be a man alive today. Now, before I go to the next item, please note that the announcement we have for you on this platform this afternoon we posted on the comments section. Please check for the announcement on the comment section so you will be abreast of what we have for you today. Thank you so very much. Start with you, especially on how important men are to the human ecosystem. But we are time managers after all, and we must learn to manage time. So very quickly, I'm going to the next item on the agenda of today. And the person I'm calling up right now, each time I have the opportunity to introduce her, I don't hold back because she's very dear to me. Number one, not only to me, but to my entire family. And I'm sure she has hundreds of persons around across the world that she inspires in like manner. She's my teacher, my mentor, my coach, the one I run to each time I have issues, and she never ceases to give me good advice. And my reprimander. This is talking about reprimand now. Bring something to mind, but I'll gist you later, not now. And then my encourager. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished professional, join me as I welcome. She likes when I call her auntie. Not making any reference to the boss aspect. Auntie Adefunke, that Ade must be there. Adefunke Fola Oyeloye, the princess herself. Welcome, for your opening remarks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. You can do all of this today, and I'll pardon you because today is your day, and I'll just let it slide. Thank you so much for the welcome word that you have
You're
brought
always
for us
welcome.
this afternoon. My assignment here today is very simple, and it is to give us an opening remark on the 2024 International Men's Day. And I'd like to start by saying good evening, everyone. It is with utmost pleasure that I welcome you to this commemoration of the 2024 International Men's Day by the Administrators Hub. The Administrators Hub, right from inception, identified 3 special days to celebrate annually. That is aside our Founders Day, which falls on October 25, and which we celebrated a few weeks ago. Identifying the presence of both male and the female gender on our platform, and also in our passionate drive for equity, we chose to celebrate the International Women's Day, which holds every March 8th, and the International Men's Day, which holds annually on November 19, that is today. While we could not largely, the way we're having it today, commemorate the International Men's Day in 2023, as it fell on in the same month that we had our debut. We had it clearly captured in our 2024 and future calendars for annual celebration. The International Women's Day was, however, gleefully celebrated on March 8, 2024, and is already captured in our future calendar for annual celebrations. The 3rd annual day that is currently recognized and celebrated at the Administrators Hall is the International Administrative Professionals Week, which we celebrated between April 21 and 27, 2024. And it marked the beginning of its widespread recognition amongst administrators in our clime. Research has revealed that the observance of the International Men's Day, though conceived on February 8, 1991, was actually inaugurated on February 7, 1992 by Thomas Oster. However, Dr. Jerome Tellockson, a Trinidadian scholar, reinitiated the idea in 1999 in commemoration of his father's birthday, which falls on the 19th of November. And it has since then become an international movement where gender equality and issues related to men, their well-being, their achievements, contribution to humanity, their vulnerabilities, and so on, are discussed. However, unlike the International Women's Day, the International Men's Day does not yet have the endorsement of the United Nations. We, however, believe that because of the importance of this kind of celebration, in a not too distant time from now, the United Nations will also give the required recognition to the International Men's Day. The International Men's Day is annually observed to acknowledge and to remind us and celebrate the very germane roles that men play in making the world a better place. And that is done without undermining their well-being and the other issues that relate to their wellness. IMD 2024 has 2 enriching and significant themes, namely positive male role models and male health champions. These themes aim at emphasizing the general well-being of men while signposting their roles as models wherever they are found in our society. By these themes, men are encouraged to relish their place as positive role models and at the same time shun every stereotype that portrays them as invincible, because they are not. They are encouraged to unashamedly embrace healthy emotions and freely express how they feel, be it pain, joy, fear, excitement, stress, anxiety, and so on, without the fear of being judged. Research has revealed how much of physical, mental, and spiritual harm is brought to the man's health because they tenaciously hold on to the stereotypical definitions of whom a man should be. The themes of this year, however, aim to demystify these stereotypes so that our men can fully express themselves as human beings, created with equal emotions as their female counterparts in promotion of a healthier lifestyle for them. They're encouraged to prioritize self-care and watch out for themselves as they play their diversified roles. No man should die any longer under the weighty and overbearing demands of the society on them. This evening, we have two experts, one in the field of leadership and the other in the medical profession, to do justice to the topics that we have here today. The first dose will be delivered by Dr. David K. Ehindero, Leadership Strategist, and he will be speaking to the topic maximizing unique qualities of the male gender to positively influence our work environment. Let me pause here to specially appreciate Dr. Ehindero, whom I'm meeting for the very first time on this call, for believing in our cause and sparing time to be here with us today. Your kindness is without measures. The Administrators Hub appreciates and celebrates you, sir. And on behalf of all of us, I especially wish you a very happy International Men's Day. Mrs. Christy J. Ndako, who is a medical professional, will be speaking to the topic Unmasking Masculinity, Prioritizing Men's Health, a health practitioner's perspective. Thank you for accepting to do this for us, for the love of the men in our lives and our quest to see them maximize their lives. Who else would have taken this beat but a woman? We celebrate you, ma. We celebrate you, ma. Without any further ado, therefore, I want to specially welcome every one of us, both here in the studio and those who are online, to this special edition of the Administrators Hub Knowledge Sharing Series in commemoration of the 2024 International Men's Day. Let me then ask that you fasten your seatbelts, stay glued to your screens, and get set for the best of knowledge sharing times here today. Thank you and welcome. Happy, happy, happy International Men's Day 2024. Thank you. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you so very much, the convener and the host of the administrators. So thank you for that loaded delivery. I'm sure that there are a lot of nuggets, takeaways from that delivery. Thank you so very much. I expected no less. Now, moving forward, I I want to introduce to us someone very close to me. Do you know Dr. Ehindero is my kinsman? We hail from the same Okun in Kogi State. She's a patron of my wife, and she's also a brother in the kingdom, a big brother for that matter. Thank you so very much. But it is not my job this afternoon to introduce him, even though I would have loved to do so. But ladies and gentlemen, distinguished professionals on board this afternoon, join me as I welcome another lovely brother, Mr. Ajiboye Olakunle Olalekan. I had to call all of those names as he delivers the citation of the first speaker this afternoon. Over to you, Mr. Ajiboye.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, house, and happy International Men's Day celebration to all of us men. And thank you, the convener, for this privilege to roll out the profile of Dr. David Kayode Ehindero. Once again, good evening to everyone. Dr. Kayode Ehindero currently serves as the Executive Director and lead strategist of the Nigerian Workforce Strategy and Enlightenment Center with over 3 decades of experience in management, consulting, entrepreneurship, and human resource management. Widely regarded as a visionary leader who has made significant contributions to the growth and development of the Nigerian economy. His commitment to excellence, integrity, and innovation continues to inspire and motivate individuals and organizations alike, making him a role model and a mentor to many in the field of business and leadership. He is a fellow chartered administrator and fellow human natural resources man. He holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria, a Master of Public Administration degree from the Kwara State University, Nigeria, and also a Doctor of Public Policy and Management with specialization in organization change and leadership. As a seasoned strategist, he has provided expert guidance to numerous organizations in Nigeria and beyond, helping them to optimize their operations, increase productivity, and achieve sustainable growth. He is also a respected thought leader in the areas of human capital development, corporate governance, and leadership, and has authored several books and scholarly articles. Dr. Ehindero also serves as the chairman of a Greek House Limited and several other organizations dedicated to pronouncing excellence and innovation in various sectors. He was also the past president of Junior Chamber International Kwara, where he led various projects aimed at employing young people and promoting social and economic
Sorry.
development in Kwara State. Dr. Ehindero is a sought-after speaker and has delivered keynote speeches and presentations at various conferences, seminars, and workshops on topics related to human capital development, entrepreneurship, and leadership. Also actively involved in various community development initiatives and has spearheaded several philanthropic projects aimed at improving the lives of disadvantaged individuals and communities in Nigeria. His impressive track record of leadership, innovation, and social impact makes him a highly respected and influential figure in Nigeria and the global business community. It is on this note I want to, on behalf of the conveners and the moderator of this program, welcome on board for this presentation Dr. Kayode Ehindero. You are warmly welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Madam Convener. I appreciate everyone in this platform. I want to say I'm very, very glad to be associated with this professional body. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I hope hello, hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm trying to fix my phone or my laptop. It's like I have issue with my network, but I will manage. I have a very uh, wonderful assistant here in person of Mr. Perron. We call him Perron. He's trying to assist me to fix it. But I think I today, in fact, is the hub that made me to understand that today is International Men's Day, and I want to appreciate that spirit at which the hub is moving. Even though I wouldn't, I don't see myself as a gender person because according to my Moro said we are all men, that we have female men and male men. I mean, female man and male man. That's why we have female and male. So, and that we all have
I think Dr. Ehindero is having challenges with his network, but I'm sure that he's under
It
control.
will seem so. I've been in touch with him and he said, I'm sure he will get it fixed shortly.
Okay. Well, each time we talk about innovations and technology and so on and so forth, these are the challenges that come with innovation, the challenges that come with technology. Earlier today, I was at an hybrid meeting, and these were the kind of challenges that we're also experiencing on it. I'm sure that at some point we would perfect the engagement of having online meetings, and all of this will become a thing of the past. In the in the interim, we just wait for um, Dr. Ehindero to get his acts back and join us on this. Okay,
technology.
no problem
Definitely.
at all. We do understand.
Yes, I want to appreciate. Actually, I want to appreciate studio man Mr. Peron for assisting me. I was actually saying, are you hearing me, please?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you, Doc.
Yes. I'm not much of a gender person. I believe that we are all man,
Yeah.
either male or female. According to my Muro, we have male man and female man, and that it's only the functionality, the role that women are playing in the society, the role, the physical role, the spiritual role of carrying womb and helping us to carry children that makes them different. That all men have the same intellect, and sometimes we regard men as the uh, the stronger gender. But actually, if you look at it very well, you will know that they seems to be more powerful, and they have resilience, they have strength. But don't let us talk more about women because I'm trying to be biased because our convener happens to be
It's
a
a
female.
A
female.
female.
So, so let me be biased a bit. And, and I said that really conversant with International Men's Day is this hub that actually called my attention to that. And that made me to write a brief story of what happened to me I wrote a brief story of what happened to me some time ago, where I lost my manhood. The night I call it the night I abdicated my manhood. A tale of fear and redemption.
Hmm.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
we can.
Yes. I wrote, I said I had always prided myself on being a good provider, a
Hmm.
loving husband, and a devoted father. I had fulfilled my duties as the man of the house, meeting the needs of my family with diligence and care. But on one fateful night, my sense of security and manhood was shattered. It started with a sudden jolt as my wife woke me up from a deep slumber. Her voice was laced with fear. Armed
Hmm.
robbers are around, she whispered urgently. Before I could process the gravity of the situation, the voice of the robbers echoed from the outside. Armed robbers are around. Open your doors to avoid. I don't know
Hmm.
what they want me to avoid. But my heart sank as I realized that our estate was under attack.
Hmm.
My wife clutched our children, King David and our daughter, and begged me to open the door to spare our lives. I was paralyzed with fear, but I knew I had to act. As I made my way to the door, my mind racing with thoughts of my family's safety, I felt the weight of responsibility as the man of the house. I opened the door and the robber pointed a gun at me. My youthful appearance seemed to give him pause, and he asked, "Where is the father of this house?"
Hmm.
In a moment of cowardice, I denied being the father. My wife and children, my wife and children corroborated my lie, and the robber took our belongings, leaving us shaking but alive. In the aftermath of that traumatic night, I realized, I, hello, hello,
Can hear you, sir.
yeah. In the aftermath of that traumatic night, I realized that being a man is not just about physical strength or providing for one's family. It's about being the rock, the shelter, and the protector. It's about standing up in the face of fear and uncertainty. As I reflect on that night, I am reminded that true manhood is not about being fearless, but about being brave in the face of fear. It's about taking responsibility for one's family and being the strength they need. So, in this special Men's Day, I pay tribute to all the men who have stood up to be counted, who had faced, who have faced their fears and protected their loved ones. May we continue to strive to be the men our families need us to be. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Triple amen for that. That was wonderful.
That's what I try to put in place. Oh, network. Hello. Yeah. So I want to appreciate the convener for the opportunity, and I want to also appreciate Pastor Ajiboye Olakunle Olalekan. I think it's of Landmark Investing. Yes, I recall somewhere in the Living Faith Church in those days. Uh, those are the set of people that didn't want to leave the King's Church. We have to, they have to move them out by force by fire because they were so engrossed in service of God in the King's Church. I want to also appreciate my own brother, Deacon Samuel Dari, and everyone in the hub. I'm sure
Thank
that
you very much, sir.
after this presentation, I will not be a guest in the hub. I will be part and parcel of the hub by God's grace.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
I've been asked to talk about maximizing the unique qualities of the male gender to positively influence our work environment, and I'm happy to do that. First and foremost, where is this? This not moving. Okay. Yeah, please. I'm sharing my screen. I hope you are seeing it.
Yes, we can see you, sir.
Yes. As we commemorate the International Men's Day for the year 2024 today, it is important to take a closer look at the role of the male gender in shaping the idea of work and ponder the factors that can help us optimize our abilities to live up to our unique responsibility and fulfill our greatest potential possible. It gives me a great sense of honor to share ideas in this regard in line with the topic chosen for the occasion, maximizing the unique quality of the male gender to positively influence our work environment. Yes, in considering this topic, we look at three key points: the idea of work and why the work environment is important. The unique, number two, the unique and peculiar quality that makes the male gender unique. And finally, how we can bring the application of these qualities to bear to transform the workplace from what is currently obtainable into one that is more adaptable to creating the future of work that we desire. The work we do, where we do it, and why this matters. I want to first of all tell you that I have a very strong background in workplace. I happen to be the publisher of a magazine called the Workplace Magazine, and I also run a radio station called an online radio station. I'm working seriously in Abuja now to ensure that that radio station gets a terrestrial license. We call it the Workplace Radio, and I do what I do every day is developing workplace, the workers, and the workplace, the management all together. And I also have background as a labor unionist, as a labor activist, and this is why this topic seems to be very interesting and very important to me, and that's why I have to take it very seriously, and I appreciate for that opportunity too. And I've also written books on the Nigerian worker, the nation builder. It's a very large book. I think it's on Amazon. I've written books on work and the workers of Nigeria as a nation builder. So I want to talk about the two researches with similar outcomes that we made. Finding A, which was conducted about 2 decades ago, revealed that the most heart attack happens in the United States of America at somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. And the other findings, that's finding B, is also connotes which is released in 2023 by British Cardiovascular Society. It reveals that the most deadly heart attack typically happens on Monday mornings too. So we can deduce that the medical conditions leading to the heart attacks are likely triggered by factors that are work related. Most people don't have great experiences at work. They don't like the work they do or work in toxic environments. And as a result of one or two or a combination of these factors, their health comes under attack. The quality of the work environment greatly impacts the quality of our lives. Work is important. Yes, work is important. Our early years are spent preparing for work. Most of our adult years are also spent working, and we retire after we have given out most energetic years to work, and we also spend more time at work than we spend with our families. Therefore, it is unacceptable to make the workplace something to dread. Where do we work? That's our work environment. Is of utmost importance. We have a physical work environment and we have the psychological work environment. Are you with me, Madam Convener? The convener, ma. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, yes, we
I.
can hear you.
Oh,
We have,
sorry.
yes, we can hear you.
Sorry. The I'm trying to rush so that the network will not embarrass me here. I don't know what happened
No,
today.
it will not. Please go ahead. We can hear
Kindly,
you.
kindly bear with me.
It's
So I
okay.
said that we have two environments where we work, and that is what most important. That we have physical work environment and we have the psychological work environment. The work we do also does its own work on us. Do you believe that? That the work we do also does its own work on us. Do you believe that? Yes. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you, sir. Yes, we believe.
You believe? Okay, yes.
Yes.
So thanks for joining me in believing that the work you
Do.
do is also working on you.
Yes.
Work shapes our lives subtly but drastically, and a large part of this comes from the environment where we work, where work happens. The company culture and how this motivates and empower the workers or otherwise. Workplace should be designed a place where people look forward to go to. The workplace should not be a place where people force themselves to go for want of an option. The quality of our life, not the opposite. I would like to proceed that the term HSE, which stands for Health, Safety and Environment, should be changed to HSEP, with the P representing psychological safety. Positive, non-toxic work environment that improves the quality of life rather than diminishes it. It is something our world needs badly at this time. As men, we should take up the responsibility to see it happen. The unique characteristics of the male gender. Yeah, I'm driving now to the point which I'm being asked to talk about. I've talked about the work environment and male gender. There are numbers of qualities that make the male gender distinctively unique from the female gender. However, the one that stands towering above all else is the fact that the male species are natural leaders. Don't mind me, Madam Convener. I hope you understand my sentiment.
It's
Don't
pardonable.
be angry. That male genders, they are natural leaders. It is not
Mm.
our making. It's like it's the work of God. So female gender should learn to just accept that. Even Beijing conferences, that no matter the number of Beijing conferences, let us accept the fact that the male comes before female. Don't mind my
You
earlier
you
postulations.
have the mic.
Well, I want to also postulate that men are adventurous, we are visionaries, we are doers and makers. Perhaps this is our biggest and unique advantage. Yes. As a direct result, men had the first mover advantage of work. Male gender defined the work and the workplace. Historically, it is the man who went out to hunt, facing great danger to provide for their family, for their women, goes to war to defend homeland and family, learned a skill, and started a trade Where there are exceptions, historically also we have exceptions of seeing some women trying to behave like men. That's why we tell them you sometimes feel like they are behaving like men. But that is notwithstanding, we are all works of the Most High God. In modern times, the idea and concept of work was invariably shaped and designed by members of the male gender. Henry Ford is noted for creating the production line, which was a major innovation in the history of work. Andrew Carnegie, steel. Cornelius Vanderbilt, shipping and railway. John Rockefeller, oil, and J.P. Morgan, banking. These folks and the likes of early industrialists, and they shaped the idea of the workplace. Captains of industries, leaders of sectors, politics, and so on are mostly men, with a few women beginning to rank alongside. I can see that our convener is also, she's also someone that is ranking alongside, and we appreciate that. Even though the workplace is now open to women, the idea of work and the workplace is still largely influenced by men, particularly here in Nigeria. The male gender have not only shaped the idea of work, but have created the work culture and the work environment as we currently know it. It is important for me to point out these important roles that men have played in the workplace evolution to signify that if it is broken, the fault lies with the male folk. And if it is to be fixed, the responsibility lies with the male folks as well. Don't forget that my wife had to be, she chose the lesser assignment. She held on to the children and said I should go and open the door for armed robbers because it's the role of a man. Well, applying the male uniqueness to positively transform the work environment. That's the third one. Well, the male gender ability to lead, take adventurous risk, explore new fields to see a future that is not currently visible to the ordinary eyes, and the tenacity to do the hard work to create it into reality. Those are the qualities with which the male folks have changed the world and created the world of work as we know it today. I make a bold to say that it is with these same unique qualities that we will be able to create the new reality of work that we desire. If we come to a deep realization and recognition of the powers that we have by virtue of our masculine nature, only then can we begin to maximize these qualities to positively influence the work environment. I would like to zoom in on three important areas where we can begin to apply this. Making our work environment more inclusive, being future-proof, and emotional intelligence. One, making the work environment more inclusive. The female folks no longer want to stay at home and wait for the game, men hunts, or the spoil of war. They want to be out there by themselves. They want a skin in the game. They feel they are up to the task. And technology has been a major enabler in this regard. We are increasingly seeing women rise from the ranks and the corporate ladder, taking up roles that were traditionally male roles. We are going to see more of this in the days to come. Yes, I think my wife is seriously preparing for the task ahead. As by I think tomorrow she's going to do a Viva. She's becoming a PhD holder, and she has also been part of politics. And all thanks to God. And I think I have to be commended for encouraging
a lady that pushed me to answer
Arm
to the call
robbers.
of armed robbers
We have robbers.
in her career. As men who are leaders, we need to bake a bigger pie by creating a workplace and work culture and work environment that not only allows the female gender to have a seat at the table, but one that also engender their growth. I expect the chief convener and the rest lady in the house to clap for me for that recommendation. Thank you. Well, we need to tear down gender biases and stereotypes so that our workplaces can have a more balanced. We need to incorporate the brilliance and flavor that the female folks brings to the table. It is a duty and honor for us men to help build a work environment where all gender can thrive. Until this time, the workplace has been shaped by male perspective. I strongly believe that bringing in the female dimension will lead to a better work experience for everybody and cause exponential growth in our outcomes. Yes. Second, number two, the future proof your career. Sorry. The future of work will be a very interesting one. With the advent of growth of artificial intelligence, AI, the workplace of the future will look nothing like what we have today. We need to stand ahead of the curve by acquiring skills that are irreplaceable by AI. We must increasingly build on our creative side because this is the area where AI will not match. AI is a creation of humans. As long as we learn to create and engage in our original thinking, AI will never be a threat to us, but rather a tool to get work done more efficiently. I believe that AI is not a competitor is not in competition with men, but it's an enabler, and it's only people that have learned that we survive. Thus, we need to evolve a workplace that protects the interests of workers, either male or female, against external threats by honing in on creative work. Irrespective of the work you do, there is a creative dimension. It is time to start considering a career change so you are not swept away by the change that is coming. It is evident. Even the role of women in homes, AI seems to be coming up. Don't be like that, my friend, my kitty man friend, who's when they designed this pandeyam, the pounding machine, my kitty friend, who is a chartered accountant and very, very well read, but the kitty in him made him to insist. He said his wife wait before he will eat. That because he is an Ekiti man, he wants a pounded yam. Or molded. He doesn't want to accept that the world is changing. Well, AI has come to stay. Well, application of emotional intelligence. Although a part of an organization's culture, emotional intelligence is the key to building healthy workplace culture that engender psychological safety. Emotional intelligence, EI, is a set of qualities and competencies usually referred to as soft skill or inter and intrapersonal relationship skills. Emotional intelligence is the key to building healthy workplace experiences that engender psychological safety. I think you got that. Somebody will say, if you don't get it, forget about it. Are you with me?
We're
Yes,
right
yes,
there
my
with you.
sister.
Okay, you didn't respond to that joke. If you don't get it, forget about
Oh, we did. The mic was muted.
it. Okay. Emotions are intrinsic part of our biological makeup. These those we carry around or act the way we do. Emotions are conscious mental reactions such as anger, fear, love, hatred, happiness. Subjectively experienced as a strong feelings usually directed towards a specific object and typically accompanied by psychological and behavioral changes in our body. Studies have shown that people with high or emotional intelligence understand how their emotions can affect others. They are also able to harness and regulate their emotions to ensure that they don't negatively affect their colleagues' ability to interact with one another or carry out their responsibilities. Daniel Goldman, the father of emotional intelligence, he said, the most effective leaders are all alike in one crucial way. They all have emotional intelligence. It is not that IQ and technical skills are irrelevant. It's not that they are irrelevant. They do matter, but they are the entry level requirement. Our men here also that as we celebrate International Men's Day, we should be conscious that whatever happens in our home front have a direct influence at workplace, in our workplaces. Uh, we should also learn to apply emotional intelligence in our homes, ability to control our emotions, our anger, our happiness, our pains, our pains, our joy, our anything that is emotional around us, even at home. When we are angry with the children, we should be able to to practice emotional intelligence. Even when our women does their usual thing, we should be ready to appreciate the application of emotional intelligence. We all know what emotional intelligence means. We are talking about self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills and awareness, empathy, empathy and motivation. I want to emphasize on empathy. That is the need for us to always put ourselves in another person's position. We should be ready to appreciate people's view all the time. I'm sure we are dropping this. The administrator and the team, we dropped this for our use. Meanwhile, I would like to, without wasting much of our time, because I'm very aware that every single time we use is monetized, and we are in a very serious economic situation here in Nigeria. I would not want to embarrass our fathers who are really experiencing T-pain. We hope T-pain will bring us gain by the grace of God. Well, let me conclude. The work environment plays an important role in the quality of work we do and our outcomes as well. As men, we need to be shaping and making of our environment, stamp out our creative impact on our workplace and our industries as well. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I want to wish everyone happy Men's Day. And I hope, as a fresh member of the Creative Hub, We are going to have great things to do together. Thank you and God
Thank
bless you.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so very much, Dr. David Ehindero, my very own brother. Thank you so very much, sir, for
I
that
appreciate it.
loaded and wonderful delivery. When you started, I was a bit on edge when your network was fluctuating, but thank God that it had the network, and then we had a wonderful outing with your
It's the
presentation.
prayer of the convener that God answered.
Honestly, I'm very sure she prayed before this meeting. Thank you
And that
so,
prayer has to
so
extend to the next presenter because she's also experiencing issues with the
definitely.
internet.
Thank you so very much, sir. Very quickly, we are going into the Q&A session, the question and answer session. But while you are harvesting, you are dropping your comments at the comment section, the comment section, we will harvest it from there. Let me quickly do a rundown of what Dr. Hero delivered today, starting with the importance and relevance of work, which he said revolves around men, that men have always been wired to work. And then we work in a physical and psychological environment, which led him to also inform us that the work we do also work on us, which means that, for instance, if you're a bricklayer and you are carrying cement, definitely the cement you are carrying will also reflect on you eventually. All right. So he went ahead also to also show the uniqueness of the male gender, which he said depict itself by men being natural leaders and they are adventurous. According to him, historically, men were designed to lead because of the hunting expedition, the farming, and then the war they go to fend for their family. When he got to this area, I was looking at my convener very closely to see her containers. But I love where he landed eventually. Then he also proved to us this afternoon that the industrial revolution was greatly basically shaped by men, talking about men like Andrew Carnegie, Roosevelt, and the likes. Then he went ahead to tell us that, look, if we want to reshape the workplace, three things are very key. Talking about applying the male uniqueness to positively influence the workplace. One, by making our work environment more inclusive, which means this is where I love most about the delivery. Making the work environment more inclusive by including the female gender, who will help us reshape the workplace. And then he also went ahead by saying that we should improve the essence of the workplace by creating a gender balanced environment. Then, secondly, he said we should be future proof. Our career should be future proof because the future of workplace relies definitely on AI and creativity. So if you're not creative and then you're not AI savvy, then definitely you're not cut out for the workplace. You may be spewed out, or you may be unable to adapt to the future of work. Then finally, it talked about application of emotional intelligence and made its conclusion on this wonderful, very robust delivery. Thank you so very much, sir. We are appreciative of what you have done to us today. Now, I've been checking the comment section to see if there are questions that have been raised, but um, I've not been able to see any question both on the YouTube and the studio comment section. All right. Well, very quickly, since we do not have any question from participant on the YouTube, we'll very quickly want to move on in this program this afternoon, but we want to thank Dr. Ehindero for a wonderful delivery this afternoon. I never expected anything less, though I know you are a seasoned consultant and a public speaker of note, not only within the southern region, but also the northern region. Thank you so, so very much, sir, for honoring our invitation today. Moving on quickly, sir. Moving on quickly today, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished professional. I also want to bring on board. We are moving to the next presentation, which has to do with the male health, and this will be presented by Mrs. Christy Ndako. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished professionals, this afternoon, I have the pleasure of welcoming Mrs. Bumi Lawa. Is she on the platform this afternoon? Are you on the platform, Madam Bumi?
The moderator, sir, yes,
Yes,
she's here.
ma'am.
But like I said earlier on, Mrs. Ndako is having issues with
Oh,
connection.
okay.
While Mrs. Lawal is reading her profile, I also try to get in touch with her to see what the situation is like at the moment.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Mrs. Lawa, I have the pleasure to invite Mrs. Lawa to read the citation of the next speaker, Mrs. Christy Ndako. Over to you, Mrs. Lawa. Mrs. Lawa? Oh, I think she may be having network issue as well. Just a moment. Okay, thank you very much. Seems to Mrs. Lawa, if you have two devices there, are
Hello,
you
good evening.
connected on two devices? If you're connected on two devices, please put off one.
Hello, good
Okay.
evening.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Thank you, the host and the entire administrator all for this opportunity.
You are most welcome.
Yes, sir. We have a special guest in our midst this evening, an esteemed health professional who will be sharing her words of knowledge and expertise with us. She will be offering valuable insight on today's topic. And it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Christy Ndako to us. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you. We are with you.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, Mrs. Christy Ndako is a dedicated and passionate healthcare professional with a multifaceted background as a registered nurse, midwife, family planning provider, a registered social worker, and a nurse tutor. With years of experience in the healthcare industry, she is an expert in training and mentoring teens and women, empowering them to take control of their health and well-being. She earned numerous certificates in capacity building, which enabled her to take control of their health and well-being. She has enhanced her skills and knowledge in leadership, community development, and health education. Mrs. Ndako is committed to building her expertise and making a positive impact, particularly in the areas of maternal and child health, family planning, and reproductive health. Please join me as I welcome Mrs. Ndako to the stage.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Lawa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. I think she just came in right on time, Mrs. Ndako. Can you please unmute? Mrs. Ndako, please unmute yourself. You have the floor now. It's a wonderful day. She's using 2 devices, but I'm sure that will get there. I think in the interim, the moderator can take us through some of the things, maybe some of the comments we have as regards Dr. Ehindero's presentation. I think we have 2-3 comments there while we wait for Mrs. Ndako. She's having serious issues with connecting. One of the devices out. One of the devices has gone off. I'm sure we can wait for her. This topic that she has is so interesting, and I'm sure that it would have it will add a lot to our knowledge base. But she's not even within the radar at all. Our devices are not connected. I don't want to keep calling her so that I do not put her under pressure. So I just suggest that we wait a little bit for her, maybe 10 more minutes, and let's see what happens. Embracing new technology, embracing innovation. These are the kind of glitches that we experience sometimes, and it's nobody's fault. It's actually nobody's fault.
The convener, ma.
Yes, please.
I promised the audience earlier that I was going to give them a gist.
Okay, so please go ahead.
This is
I hope we'll find it. I hope we'll find it interesting.
Definitely, it will be interesting. I was talking earlier when I was trying to introduce the convener earlier. I got to a particular point. One of and I mentioned that she is my reprimander, and that reminded me of something that happened 2 decades ago. In fact, 2 decades before I even met her. I want to whisper something to. I want to whisper something to the distinguished professional in the house this afternoon. Do you know? I wouldn't want the governor to know. Do you know that her mom used to be my teacher way back in secondary school? And we all knew her as the one. She will always go around with her pancreas, very strict disciplinarian. You misbehave or violate the rules and regulations of the institution of the school, you take a tap on the bonbon.
Okay,
So 2 decades later, when I now come in contact with the daughter and noted the same set of character, I said, wow.
I didn't want to speak Yoruba, but that was what was ringing in my head. Now you look after the ones that gave birth to you. You look like the ones that gave birth to you.
Honestly. So, but it is quite interesting when I met you and then you started, exhibiting the same set of character. I said, wow, this is really the daughter of Madame Oyiloye. And it reflects in everything you do. Sorry, very quickly. So it reflects in everything you do, people you relate with, and the likes. So it's a wonderful quality, very wonderful quality.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful quality, man. And as I was mentioning that quality earlier about reprimand, that thing just dropped into my mind. That, remember that was the way the mom was also doing when you were in secondary school, 2 decades before you met her.
Hmm. You know what they say about the children of teachers? I think
Definitely.
that is just what is playing out. There's a way they raise their children, and they just take after them. They impart in them certain values. And then when you see children of teacher, I don't know if it has ever happened to you. Some persons will talk or act around you, and then you ask
Yes.
them the question, do you have parents who were teachers? And you'll be surprised to find out that the answer is yes. Looks
Yes.
like they all train their children the same way. Eh, well, while we're doing this, I think we should also check again on Mrs. Ndako. If she's not able to come up, we may have to bring her up some other time so that we do not keep
Keep
our
the participants
audience
waiting.
waiting. Yes. Please give me some 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes to do. Thank you.
Inter- Internet challenge is crazy these days. So apologies.
I was at another meeting earlier today, and it got to a point because it was hybrid. The man said, the keynote speaker said, "Can I speak to persons who are here alone?"
Yes.
While you address, I don't want to mention the name of the organization. I mean, the
Yeah,
organization.
definitely,
It got to a
definitely.
point. He said, "Can I speak to persons who are on ground? If I can't get to speak with persons who are online,
You are right.
please let me."
I was on that platform also. That's correct. So it is crazy these days.
The topic that we have assigned to Mrs. Ndako is very, very important. And even if we cannot get her to come on board today, um, I'll be most willing, if she will be, to have her rescheduled for this presentation on another date, not too far away from now. I'm expecting a feedback from her, but if possibly in the next 5 minutes we cannot get a feedback, we'll bring this meeting to a close, sadly. And we'll have to bring the meeting to a close so that we do not keep everybody waiting. Just like Dr. Ehindero said, everything now is in Naira and Kobo, and we can't afford to waste time because it accrues to Naira and to Kobo. I want to appreciate our patience up until this moment. And while we wait for Mrs. Ndako's response, like I said, if we do not get a response from her in the next, oh, okay, I think she's sending me a message now. Let me find out if she's ready. Are you ready now? It's it can be so okay. So can we reschedule you? Okay. Oh,
What's that?
well, looks like Mrs. Ndako made it. Madam, are you here? We can see you. Oh, we celebrate your tenacity. Thank you so much for staying on despite all the challenges. At the time, she said she was using about 4 networks, or couldn't get through. We pray that this will scale through to the end. While we were trying to bring you up, your profile has been read. So I think we can just quickly get on to the presentation without much ado. Mrs.
Hello?
Ndako, just go ahead and start presenting. We can hear you, we
Hello.
can see you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, we can hear you, and we're so happy to have you here.
Okay, I want to start by apologizing seriously. Since 5 p.m. I've been on. In fact, before 5, I connected, and then I had network issues up until now. Almost 5 different persons this. So I'm so sorry to come in at this point. I'd actually missed out all that has been happening before now. But all the same, I want to thank God for giving me the privilege to come in at last. Hello? Are you
Yes, we
hearing
can hear
me?
you. Please go ahead. We
Just
can
go
hear
ahead,
you.
ma'am. God bless you.
Okay. Okay, ma. I sent the slide to you, ma. Did you get it?
Yes, we are already displaying your slide. We're already displaying your slide. Just go ahead.
Yes, ma.
Don't worry with the
Okay.
slide.
Like
I will help you
okay,
to
okay.
scroll the slide.
So let me just. But my topic is showing. At least
Yes, don't
my
worry.
topic is on the
Okay.
screen. Okay, so I'm delighted to be in the house this evening. I appreciate the privilege given to me by my own sister, the convener, my mentor. Call her my mama. I want to appreciate grace upon her life and the opportunity to be in this house this evening to share with the men in the house, and that brings me to congratulating the men in the house today, and to say happy International Men's Day. Happy International Men's Day.
Thank
And
you.
I want to believe that you enjoy your day, or you are still enjoying your day. So thank you. Well, the time is fast spent. I want to just quickly go on to the topic before me, which is unmasking masculinity, prioritizing men's health. And we are going to be looking at health practitioners' perspective. And I want to say thank you for having me this evening. And we are just trying to say that in the society right now, there are a lot of things that are masking masculinity. But this evening, we want to see how we can unmask just very few of them. And as a way of introduction, I want to talk about the importance of prioritizing men's health and challenging harmful gender stereotype. As a health practitioner, I have seen firsthand now society expectation of masculinity can lead to poor health outcome for men. Today we are celebrating men. We are celebrating masculinity. Why? Because they are alive. They are in our midst. You can only celebrate the living. You can celebrate the living. So we are celebrating men today. Why? Because they have the opportunity to be alive. And some things contribute to their being alive today. While some other things we want to talk about is those things that the society has, tagged men with, that made men to believe, that has affected, their well-being, that have affected their personality. Let me use that word. And we know that without health, the full man itself cannot achieve his full, potential, cannot fulfill his destiny, cannot fulfill his desires, his dreams, his full potential in life. I want to ask that, do you know that men have a lower life expectancy than men? I'm talking to the men in the house now, because you tend to be cumbered with so many things, which oftentimes shorten the lifespan of men. Men are likely to die from heart diseases, stroke, cancer, and so many other things. They are also more likely to experience mental health issues. Mental health issues such as depression, anxiety. How? We discover that in our society, there are some things that men are meant to believe. And because they are meant to believe and they come down with these ideas, this belief in their life, it has gone, so far to affect their health and shorten their life, or even shorten their, potentials. What they carry cannot be brought to the fore because of those beliefs. The marks of masculinity from the society, the expectations of the society can lead men to hide their emotions and their health issues. I've seen cases where, we lost a man at a point in life because this man have the belief that he is not supposed to share his health issues with any man. What was his condition? The man had this, he had hepatitis, and he actually knew because he went for a test and he was told that he had hepatitis C. I hope we know that hepatitis is more dangerous than even HIV/AIDS. So when he got the information, he told himself that he was not going to tell the wife, because we actually got the news from the wife when he died. The moment he died, she held her head and she was like, this man, I've been telling him to open up. He always keep to himself. He always, want to bottle up things. That is how she knows him since they got married. He's the type that will not open up his feelings, whatever is happening to him, he keeps it to himself. So after the discovery, they told him in the hospital, sir, you got to let your family member into this, and then you got to follow up, with us so that we can be monitoring your viral load. We can, help you and all of that. But unfortunately, he never did until one day he came back from work, and then his stomach started vomiting. He was vomiting blood, he was stooling blood, and the wife had to rush him to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, that was my former place of work in Jos. On getting to the hospital, on his state, we tried to, resuscitate him, tried to get blood immediately, screen blood, and then wanted to transfuse him. And in the process, he packed. He packed, meaning he gave up the ghost. And the moment he gave up, the woman started shouting, this man had killed himself. She just got to know that night that he had hepatitis. And he was not ready just because he did not disclose it. He did not allow anybody to know. He did not even follow up. And that is the state. That is the issue with most men these days, that even when they have health issues, they are not ready. Why? Because the society has made them to believe that they can handle their issues. Whatever it is that is happening to them, they are men. They are men. And then maybe because of ego too, I can handle my issues. I'm not a woman. They feel when they come out with issues, it makes them look like they are weaklings. So they decide to allow, the expectation, the things that the society has called them, the things that the society have put in them to mask them, to cover them up. Because we are talking about unmasking, we are talking about, we uncovering, exposing the true character of those hidden truth about us or about men. So men are often socialized to be strong, and seeking help is seen as a sign of weakness. I want to believe with us this evening that the men in the house, after this, talk, we will not just see seeking help as a sign of weakness. Unmasking masculinity, my own view as a health worker, is one, to challenge societal norms. The things that the society has said about men that has gone down to bring them down, even in their health, to make them not to be able to access help, to come to optimal, optimal fullness of their potential. They need to be able to challenge it, encourage open dialogue. We want to, make men, to see the need to engage in dialogue where necessary, and not to just buckle up things or lock up, things to themselves. They should be able to embrace, diversity. They should be able to embrace other people's view, other people's mindset about them. They should foster healthy relationship. Some persons feel, or some men feel, they don't need relationship because they are just good on their own. But the truth is, you cannot be an island. You cannot, a tree does not make a forest. You need other people's view. You need other people's, ideas to make, full meaning of life. And then promoting mental health. What do we find in our society today? A lot of men commit suicide. Even men than even women do. Why? Because of the issues, because of the things that they are being cumbered with. Men, we believe, or the society believe, should be able to take responsibility.
This is not happening.
I hope so. I hope not. Kai.
Okay. Okay, let me see. I think I can hear the sound of entry. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're back, ma.
Hello?
You're back.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we
ma'am.
can hear you. You were just off for
Okay.
some time.
Okay.
So go ahead, ma.
Okay, so I was talking about mental health, that the situation we find ourselves in the country, not just men now, but I think it affects men most. Why? Because of the belief that they have, that they are supposed to, they have the power, they have the potency to do everything, to carry on everything. Okay, in the society, in fact, in some homes, I've seen homes, even Christian homes, that the woman have this belief that no, because he is the man, he should provide for the. I have one of my girls recently, we are just joking, and he was telling me, say, no, ma, he is the man. He should provide for the children. He should provide for me. I'm just in his life to enjoy my life. He should be the one to provide everything. Yes, I'm quoting verbatim. He is to do everything. He is the one to take the responsibility of the school fees, of the house needs, my own needs, the family needs, and all of that. And honestly speaking, getting to know the man, I can see that he is being overwhelmed. He's really overwhelmed. There is no such man that will be left with the situation of this country, especially now, that will not be over. And most time, this is what men find themselves in, and because they are overwhelmed, most time it gets down to their head. It gets down to their work. It affects their work. It affects their head, and they come down with health issues, and most times they are even mental issues. And I hope we know that it is not only when people wear rags or wear multicolored on the street or go naked on the street that they are mentally derailed. The person you are.
Why is this network behaving this way now? I'm sure she will come back.
She will. Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we are here. Don't worry, we're waiting for you.
Okay. As a health practitioner, I've seen how men's health is often overlooked or stigmatized. What do I mean by this? Because the men, are so overwhelmed with either family issue or workplace, issues. Most of the time, they are health. They don't bother. Like the case of that man that I said we lost in the hospital. He never bothered. He was told he had a condition, and he never bothered to check. He was busy with his work. The woman will tell us that he will always go early to work, come back late. We never pay. In fact, he does not even have time for the family. It's just work that deprived him from even going back to check on his health and to take necessary action. Because the truth is, people have all manner of cases today and they live with it. If you find out early and then you do the necessary thing, if only you can do the needful. You go, yes, you are find out that, oh, yes, you are having hepatitis, you are having HIV, you are having hypertension, or even diabetes as it concerns men. Okay? Now, you follow with your health practitioner. They give you medication or even advice. Some is just lifestyle change. You just need a lifestyle change. Some, diet.
We're still here. Oh, we're still here waiting for her. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
So like I said, from my own perspective, I said men are likely to seek medical care and more before seeking help. What do we have today? You see men come to the hospital. I'm so sorry to say it here. I lost a very dear pastor in this year. What happened to him? I remember when he came to one of our facilities, and then that day, I told him, I said, sir, your blood pressure is very high. And he said, yes, ma, don't worry, I'm fine. And I told him, I said, please, sir, you need to come back. You need to come and keep checking so that you may even have to be placed on just mild medication. And if you are so faithful with it, before you know, it could normalize. Sir, he went away. I saw him a month after. Sir, you did not come for checkup. He said, Dickness, don't worry. I am fine. Grace covers me. And that was the language. He said, I said, okay, it is well. After some time again, I called him, sir, please, how far with your blood? He said, don't worry. And the next news I had was that he slumped and died. I had another case here that happened just recently. Went to work that day, and in fact, I saw him. Walked and went back home, ate, and just told the wife, let me go in and rest. Within 30 minutes, the daughter was like, let me check on daddy. By the time the daughter opened the door, what did she see? Saw the man on the bed foaming. And they called the neighbor. Please. And by the time they got to the hospital gate, he was gone. What happened? Because they are not ready to. Men don't want to accept the truth. They don't want to accept. Most times they know this truth, but they want to shy away from the truth because they believe that no, they have the power. They can just do so many things. They are fine. They are men. Or at times I think they just don't also want people to know their weaknesses. But the truth is, health challenges, weaknesses, I don't think so. I think there are things that are real in you that you need to address. They are real in you and you need to address them. So I've seen men's health issues often attributed to getting older or even being stressed. What do I mean by that? As you get older, in fact, as a man, the moment you are 40, even from 35, from 40, you need to attend to your health like never before. Because as you get older, your system, everything, in you is also depreciating. Your cells, your muscles, everything is depreciating. You are not like what you are 20 years, 25 years ago. So you need to give attention. But we discovered that men don't even see that as an issue. They don't see getting old as something that have, a lot to do with their head or even being stressed. They don't see it as they just say that, no, I'm just doing my work. Please allow me to do my work. But please, because of time, let me just go to some areas of men's concern that centers more on physical health. This include regular checkup. I want to ask in this house today, since this year, or let me say in the last 3 months, how many of the men we have today celebrating International Men's Day have gone to have checkup? Yes, how many? Well, maybe you should answer. At least I can see one that I know so well there. I don't know if in the past 3 months you have gone for medical therapy. Please, even if it's not 3 months, in 6 months, at least twice in a year, what are you checking for? Some specific men's health concerns that you should check for, which is very important, is prostate health. That is, you must do regular PSA tests. They are in my slide. Prostate exam. You won't know. It does not announce itself. Most times it comes so sudden. In fact, for some of the men in the house, I even have boys. I've seen boys coming with testicular issues. Small children. What is testicular? You just see them. They have, you call a torsion. We have some of these children that you will never expect at age 15, 16, having testicular issues. Now, when you go for this test, this PSA test, it will dictate if there's any issue with your prostate. And I hope I hope you know that that's what leads to prostate cancer. We have erectile dysfunction where, the muscles, the erectile muscles, are weak, and the glands of the penis itself cannot get erect, and this has caused a lot of issues in so many homes. It has caused even divorce because the man, with erectile dysfunction, the man will not be able to perform maximally sexually. You will not be able to perform. And then when you have homes that are not God-fearing, and there are issues, but these are things that you can discover immediately or soon when you go for tests. You have cardiovascular issues. This is also one very key issue that men face. This is the cardiovascular at the end of the day issue. End up in what? Stroke. And how does it come about? Blood pressure. And that is why I want to advise the men in the house today that please take it easy. We are celebrating you today because you are alive. You have families, loved ones, okay, that will want you to be alive. Okay? So please take it easy. Your blood pressure will not give you, a warning. You will not even know, as it were. Hypertension, diabetes, most of them, they are silent killers. They are things that affect, men silently. And most times it is when it has gotten to its peak that it is now chronic, that there may not even be opportunity, to reverse it again, that it shows. Mental health stigma, most times men don't even want to seek help. Why don't they want to seek help? Because of their egos. Now, I want to talk about how do we attend to our mental health as men? Like I say, it's one area that is really, really affecting men today. Please, we should open conversation. Please, men, I have a man in the house. Most of the time, he wants to just, what is happening to you? No, I am fine, but I know that there's something going on. You want to bottle up, you want to do it your own way, you want to sort yourself out. Please, it's not in all cases, especially in our world right now. The economy is biting, so many things to attend to. Please share your feelings, share your emotions, share your concern with people. Don't bottle up so many things. Manage your stress. Please practice relaxation techniques. How do you do that? You can do that by meditation. You can do that by deep breathing. Some of us, when we are angry, we can burst. And I hope you know that is your blood pressure, that your blood pressure can be affected, at that point. So let us watch our anger level also, and let us manage stress. I know somebody will say, how do I manage stress? When I have this to meet, when I have these bills to clear, when I have this to meet, whatever it is that you have to clear, it's because you are alive. So please work on yourself, connect with others. Some people don't cherish relationship. They don't know for relationship. They just feel that they are fine, they are okay, you cannot be on your own and achieve everything. No. So you need to get into relationship. Please, I will advise that I should be healthy relationship. Not also every other person that can be your friend. So you must select your relationship, build support group, and engage in activities that promote mental health, such as reading, games, exercises, and all of that. Before I round up this evening, I want to say some of these health challenges or concerns that I mentioned, there are preventive measures. Such as vaccination. Now, this is also my problem. You go on outreach. We go on outreach as health workers. And most times when you meet with men, please, you need to take vaccination. No, it's women. Vaccinations are made for women. I've heard it severally from men. But then, thankfully, there are vaccinations against some of these health concerns. We can get ourselves engaged in them, take them, so that they could boost our immunity. Screening, please, like I said earlier, do regular screening. Screen for cancer, screen for diabetes. It's just a very simple test for diabetes. Even for hypertension, we said they are silent killers. Most of them you won't even know. So you go to the hospital, just sit down, and then they take your blood pressure. Once in a while, do that consciously. Diabetes, please check your cholesterol, check your blood sugar, and then healthy habit, practice safe sex. As a man, well, today is Men's International Men's Day, I know some persons now that the best way they are going to be celebrating this International Day is, to hang out. Well, it's fine. It's good to hang out. But please, let us practice safe sex. Let us hang out, in such a way that it will be profitable, okay, unto us, not destroying ourselves at the end of the day. Limit substance abuse, that is drug. Please don't engage in drugs. And then we should try as much as we can to also protect ourselves with clothing and then regular dental, just like you do your blood pressure, you check, your sugar level and all of that. You also need to check your dental, that is your tooth. Once in a while, please go to the hospital, check your tooth. What do I have as modern reality of masculinity? Lifestyle changes, I've said that it's a very important and a must do. What are the things? Healthy eating. Please eat balanced diet. No matter how the economy is biting, try as much as you can to relax once in a while, close from work or weekend, just go somewhere, treat yourself. I want to say it here that nobody can treat you like yourself. Men, yes, the children are there. Your wife is there, family members, all of that. Please, you are the best person to treat yourself. Please make sure you eat well. Limit processed food. No matter how busy you are, don't just go on eating junks all day. Exercise regularly, aim at 150 minutes per week. Then sleep. Please make sure you sleep, have enough sleep. At least you should sleep 6-7 hours, okay, at night. And my takeaway this evening for the men celebrating today: 1, schedule regular checkup. I've said that. Prioritize self-care and exercise. Encourage conversation, open conversation, meaning please engage with people. Open up. Don't bottle up things, all the time. Open up, talk to people, your concerns, and you will be surprised. The advice you will get, or it could just even be a simple prayer, and then your burdens are lifted. Seek professional help when needed. Very, very important. Therapists are available. Counselors are available. When you are having overwhelming issues that you don't even know what to do, don't just like, I am a man, I can swallow, I can handle it. Please seek help, professional help. Support loved ones. Engage in self-reflection. Once in a while, take out time as a man. Reflect on what you have done. It could be weekly, it could be monthly. Okay, it could even be bi-weekly. Reflect. What the way you are going, is it not getting too much? Or is it normal? All of that. Initiate conversation with others. We've said that. Then challenge harmful stereotypes. All of those, let me not call them lies, but minds and views of the society about men that are not healthy. Please, let us challenge them and prioritize your mental health. Exercise your brain by reading, memory techniques, focus on positivity, reduce your stress, and all of that. It is important for individuals to create a safe and supportive environment to discuss their health concern. Locate health practitioners that you can trust. Okay, that you can talk, because some persons say, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to tell them, because the next moment, my story is out there. There are some persons that are battling with STI, that is sexual transmitted disease. There are some persons that have serious issues. Some their organs are chopped up. I've seen men that they come to, and then you open them up. What you see, you almost run away. You almost want to run away. What is this? And they are not ready to open up. They will tell you that no, it started small. It started by itching, by scratching. And then the whole gland is eating up. Why? Because they are not ready to open up. So I advise that we should create environment where we can talk about our health to people. And we need to also prioritize, our health above work, above money, and above every other team. In conclusion, prioritizing men's health is crucial for improving health outcomes. I hope we believe that. We need to challenge harmful gender stereotypes and promote healthy masculinity. As individuals, we need to work with health practitioners and play our own role in creating safe and supportive environment for men's health. And please, I want you to remember as I round up that prioritizing men's health benefits not only individuals but also families and community. Remember, a healthy lifestyle is a journey, not a destination. I want to leave you with this evening, that a healthy lifestyle is a journey and not a destination. So you must keep working on your health and do not neglect it. As we popularly know that health is wealth. Health is wealth. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being patient with me.
Wow.
Wow.
Looks like the prayer of the convener works. Against all odds.
Against all odds.
Against all odds, she delivered her paper resoundingly well. My in-law, well done. Oh.
Thank you, Lord. Don't let those people know. Don't let them know that part.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Christy Ndako. I never expected less. Eloquent as usual. I'm very passionate in your delivery. Everything you have said centers around the stereotype of invisibility. That was what I got from a post by the convener earlier today. The stereotype of invisibility. Now, quickly before I just go into the Q&A session, let me just do a rundown. Our time is well spent. I'll just gloss over it very quickly, but it's very important. The mask of masculinity, which is the major challenge that men have today. Now we need to unmask it by challenging challenging societal norm, encouraging our open dialogue. Don't bottle up. Embrace diversity and individuality, fostering healthy relationship, and then, of course, prompt mental health awareness. Then she moves ahead and gave us a health practitioner perspective, giving us first-hand experience in the line of duty. Thank you so very much for that. Then how to practice mental health, open conversation, do not hide, just like I've said earlier, stress management, connect with others, be mindful of what you do around, and then seek help whenever you need that help. Do constant screening. Funny thing about screening is that I was always afraid of going for screening until recently. I've always been my wife, mommy, go and do constant screening. She can do 3-4 screenings in a year, but I won't do any until she forced me this year, and I do 2 consecutive screening. And I was happy with myself.
Wow.
And I was happy with myself. But that is just to buttress what you have said, that men are afraid of. The fear of the unknown is the major reason why men do not want to go for screening. And then they always push their children and their wife, go and do screening, but leave me alone. At least I'm a testimony to that. Thank you so very much for that. Then we have the issue of modern reality. Eat healthy, exercise, sleep, prevent drug abuse, and then the series of takeaways she has given us. Thank you so very much for the wonderful delivery this evening, ma'am. We appreciate. You never fail us each time we request for your contribution.
But I'm so sorry today. I almost did. I'm so sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. It was beyond you.
Okay, ma. Thank you. Please, ma. Sorry, just give me one. Please, hello. Please, I need just 1 minute. Yes, I need just 1 minute to give this quote as my own congratulatory, whatever, to the men in the world today. And I have this quote. One, it says, the strongest men are those who can be gentle, and the most gentle are those who can be strong. If I don't know. The strongest men are those who can be gentle with their life, gentle with themselves, and gentle with people around them. And the most gentle men are those who can be strong. And then another one is the best men are not those who have waited for chances, but those who have taken chances. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself as a man. Don't engage in the fear of the unknown. Believe in yourself. Take the leap of faith and watch the universe conspire to make your dreams a reality. So the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Congratulations and happy International Men's Day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate
If
it.
you allow this woman, we won't leave this place
So
today.
honestly,
I
we
will
won't leave
mute
this
her.
I'm even using somebody's phone and it's waiting for me. It's waiting for me.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We want to appreciate the Dr. David Kayode Ehindero and Mrs. Christy Ndako.
Thank you very much.
And to put justice to that, I have this evening, by the permission of the convener, to invite a colleague, a friend, Dr. Oladayo Ibitoye, to do justice to that. Dr. Oladayo, please.
You are muted, Dr. Ibitoye. Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. All right.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, I appreciate the convener, the host and the convener for the privilege to handle this assignment. Yes. Well, first and foremost, I would like to start with our distinguished facilitators. I call them distinguished because you will agree with me that they've injected a lot of time and effort in actually delivering these brilliant presentations. And it is on this note that I want to express our heartfelt gratitude for what you've done. We appreciate you. And our prayer is that God Almighty will continue to increase your wisdom. Yeah. Also, we appreciate the wonderful men. Happy International Men's Day once again. Happy International Men's Day once
Thank
again.
you very much.
Even if the women are hungry, they don't have anything to do about that. We appreciate ourselves. I am on blue.
Okay.
I'm on blue, yes. Yes. So we actually appreciate the men that are actually online and those that will still deem it fit to watch these awesome, unique presentations through social media handles. And also, we cannot but appreciate ever supportive women. Can we appreciate them? They are ever supportive. Yes, they are always there for us. Without women, there can never be happy men. So we appreciate you for the roles that you're actually playing in our lives and in the society, making life pleasurable for us. We appreciate you. Let me also, on behalf of the host and the convener, appreciate all participants of today's program. We appreciate you for your time. Despite the fact that it is pro bono, if you are not here, there is no essence for us being here too. So we appreciate you for your time and for being part of this wonderful session. Looking forward to 2025 International Men's Day. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. All right. This is where we draw the curtain today. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for everything. Keep liking our socials and then keep subscribing to them and keep the comments flowing. Once we do that, we will keep cooking the dishes, correct ones, and sending them your way. Thank you so very much.
Cheers and blessings.
Bye.